And we are live. Welcome everyone to the Midnight Channel Awards for 2022. Also, episode 48 of the Midnight Channel. We're back. It is me, Russ, Brandon, and Brittany. We're here to do 10 categories and our top 5 games of the year. And we're really excited. So a few house rules for how the awards work. The 10 categories that we're doing are they have to be games that released this year or events that happened this year. So not everything necessarily needs to be a game, but it has to have happened this year. Our top 5 games of the year, not everyone can play has time to play games that released the year. So as long as we started it this year or played it this year, that counts for our top 5 games. I know last year we had Ivan and he talked about AI Somnium Files. We don't have Ivan this time. Ivan couldn't get a car. And then Birdo and Silly are unfortunately being impacted by the storm, which I'm actually surprised you're here, Russ, because I really thought your power was gonna go out. I
did
was
too.
waiting. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the DM to be like, yeah, my power went. I was just waiting for it. But I'm glad we're still here. Lou's MIA, but I know Lou was always a maybe. And yeah, so hopefully everyone is staying safe from the storm. Normally we talk about what we've been playing, but we have a lot of categories and a ton of games, and that usually takes up the whole time. So I'm gonna skip past that, and we're just gonna go start. The way it's gonna work is I'm gonna present the category. We're gonna go around to each person to talk about it, and then we'll just casually talk about each game as it comes up. So we can go ahead and start with the first award is our biggest surprise of the year. Our biggest surprise of the year, and I'm gonna go ahead and do counterclockwise, which means Russ, you are first. What's your biggest surprise?
Mine's an interesting one. Mine was that Sonic Frontiers was actually good.
Yeah?
I'm skeptical with Sonic games now. Usually they just aren't that good.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually had a blast with this one. I loved all the references to it. I loved the music to it. I There was very little about it I didn't like, honestly, and that seems really rare for a Sonic game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really it's such a great game, and it's really interesting that they it's really cool that the devs are really open about talking about it, because most of the time Japanese developers are really closed up, really the only ones you see out there Kojima. He's always talking. Sakurai, he's always talking about his game. But Sonic Team, they're usually pretty closed, tight-lipped, and they've been doing interviews. They've been talking about the reception. They're really excited about the future. So that surprised me. I know Brandon is I got that for Brandon for Christmas, and I think he's enjoying it, but he's also hating it right now. And I don't know if I did invite you, Lou. You can hop on whenever you want. I don't know if Brandon wants to talk about what's going on with his playthrough right now.
I can't get under 55 seconds on the second level.
That one took me probably 2.5 hours to do that.
I got 56 in 45 minutes of trying in 57. I can't get.
If it makes you feel better, that's the hardest one in the whole game.
Yeah, I was told that. I'm not. I just gave up on it. I was like, today's not the day. I'll come back.
We'll come back. You'll come back to it.
Yeah. That game is also really stingy on when it lets you save. I loaded up the save thing, and it gave me a warning that you can't save if he's in combat, a puzzle, on any action. He has to be just standing still,
Mm-hmm.
idled, and then you could save, which is really funny. But I've only put about an hour and a half in the game so far.
So have you not gone past the second stage then? Because you're trying to.
I walked past it a little bit.
Okay.
I died to that the enemy that's right outside it.
Oh, is it
I died to him
The
5
tower?
times.
The tower guy?
Yeah, the tower
Okay.
that you can break down pieces of.
Hmm.
Yeah, I died him like 5 times because I kept getting hit by like the spinning thing, and it would put me in hit stun, and then he'd jump on me, and I couldn't move.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
been fun.
did you set it to performance mode?
Is that the default?
No.
Then no.
You should do that. Actually, I don't know.
Then no.
So mine was set to graphics. And then but when Ricky loaded it up, he said that his was set to performance by default. So next time you load it up, check. That way it makes the combat feel so much smoother, and it just makes the whole game. I don't know. Russ, did you play through it in performance or fidelity?
I played through probably the first 2 hours or so in Fidelity, and then I didn't realize that there was a performance option, and I switched it to that, and it was infinitely better that way.
Okay. All right. Awesome. And Brittany, are you planning on picking up Frontiers at all?
I've only ever played like Tails mode in Sonic Mania, so probably not anytime
Okay.
soon. um, but I'm interested to get more into Sonic. Maybe when I get more into Sonic, I will pick up
Okay.
Frontiers. It seems like a good. I don't know if it's a good entry point. I can't see any Sonic game being like a bad entry point. Since they're all
Yeah.
kind of a new story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good entry point. It's just like it sets up what Sonic's probably gonna, hopefully what Sonic's gonna end up doing like in the future. It just sets there's references to older games, so it'll probably be better if you play some of the older ones and then do it and you're like, oh, I know that. So but overall,
Probably maybe Generations. I'll start with
generations Unleashed is good. Just
I love Unleashed for the music. Like honestly, I'd
It
play
is
that
good.
entire game just to like sit there and listen to the OST.
the soundtrack is great. Oh, 06 has a great soundtrack, but unfortunately, that game is.
I've heard people have fixed it. Like I would play that on PC because I've heard people have like fixed it and made it really good.
Yeah, people are they're working on it's called Project 06, and it's like they're trying to fix it up, and it does look good. It does look like they're fixing it up well. So maybe I will play that eventually once they finish it. But it's like a passion project, so it's taking them a long time.
Hopefully they make the kiss even longer.
Oh! Please no. Okay. All right. Let's see. Brandon, what was your biggest surprise?
Overwatch 2 selling legendary skins for $30. I haven't played mini games this year. It's gonna be quickly evident.
I thought that was gonna be your
Yeah.
biggest disappointment.
Oh, we'll get there.
Oh yeah, we'll get there. Okay.
Yeah. Why the sub is not working at launch was surprising.
Okay.
I mean, they just died for like 3 days. in
I
a
was
row.
about to say, yeah, it lasted a while too.
Yeah,
like
it
it wasn't
did.
like a quick. They got it back up. It was like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. It
It
just
wouldn't work.
that was a travesty, that launch. At least they eventually got. I haven't had any issues with the server since launch, so they got it fixed. But at least it works now. So, all right. Yeah, the $30 for the skins is terrible. It is terrifying. Like I wish that they were more. I wish they would like actually like take like the feedback, because Kiriko was $30 and we haven't seen another one get to that, but that's because we haven't seen a bundle like that yet. Again, I think we're doing the Lunar New Year next. Maybe there's gonna be a bundle that's $30 again. It's just unfortunate, but they gave us Gingerbread Bastion for one coin. So
I don't even have 1 coin yet.
oh, you don't?
No,
Oh,
I was
no.
playing yesterday, and I was like, I played I think for like 3 or 4 hours, and I was like, oh, maybe I have 1 coin now, and I still did it, and I'm like, I hate Overwatch.
Yeah, you have to do the weeklies, and once you do the weeklies, they give you coins. I haven't bought anything, so all of mine are from the weekly challenges. and I got it. I ended up buying it. I don't know, Russ, if you booted it up to get Gingerbread Bastion.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I couldn't
did
pass
get
it up
my-
for 1 coin.
I have Noir Widowmaker,
Oh,
which
you
is
do?
apparently that and Kirigan Widowmaker are two of the rarest skins in the game.
Yep.
Because out of curiosity, I was like, Noir has to be pretty rare because it's pre-order bonus
Yeah.
only. But because I bought it on PS4, I didn't have access to it. But now since the accounts have merged, I have it. It's going. If you have an unused code, it's going for like $200 on eBay.
Damn.
Wow.
I have Nor, but I don't have it on PC. Like, and I've transferred, like, I've connected the accounts, but my Nor is only on my PlayStation.
Weird.
You should reach out to them because
Okay.
mine wasn't when I first did the account link, and then this most recent update when I installed it, it showed up all of my skins because I had like a ton of skins on PS4 because I played mainly on PS4 before I got my PC.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably reach out to them. I'll probably end up playing sometime tonight, and I'll check to see if it's there. Yeah, and if it's not, then I'll make sure to reach out. But Brittany, what was your biggest surprise this year?
So my biggest surprise is, I would say it's split between two things. One is I'm surprised at how much attention Kirby and the Forgotten Land got.
Uh-huh.
I'm also surprised they released a 3D space Kirby game in general. So I would say Kirby is my biggest pleasant surprise.
Okay.
Overall. It's a lot of fun. I feel like there's a ton of people who got into Kirby this year because of it, which makes me excited for the future of the franchise.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. Can you finish the thought?
Oh, the other one I was gonna say is Bayonetta Origins. I was not expecting a new Bayonetta so quickly, and I know there's like a ton of backlash against it, and people are like, "This doesn't look like a $60 game. This looks like Genshin Impact." But I like the style. I think it's cute. I think it'll bring a lot of new people into the franchise because I've seen plenty of people who don't like how normal Bayonetta looks. They're like, it's kind of ugly. The character models are really weird. Her legs are too long, but they saw Bayonetta Origins and they're like, "Oh, this looks cute. I would try this."
Yeah. The art style for Origins reminds me of like Okami.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like it's really pretty cel shaded, and I like the look of all the monsters. And it looks like there's more of that like kaiju fight mechanic from Bayo 3 in Origins, which I really like the kaiju fight mechanic.
Yeah, and then going back to Kirby, it became the best-selling Kirby game within the year. So
It had a Boba tie-in.
yeah, yeah, and I think the future for Kirby is bright, and I'm really happy with that game. That game was really good. And I guess my biggest surprise was Xenoblade 3 getting announced, having a September release date, and then the next direct happens and it's bumped up to July. Actually, I don't even think it was a direct. I can't remember if it was a direct or if it was a Twitter announcement, but it got bumped up from September to July. And that big of a game to not get delayed, but just get moved up 2 months. I'm pretty certain that they swapped Splatoon 3's release date and Xenoblade 3's release date because Xenoblade 3 was done and Splatoon 3 needed more time. I feel like that's what happened with that, but that was really surprising to me because I can't remember the last time I can't remember. It's been a long time since I heard of a game to release getting pushed up.
Yeah, I'm like, man, especially Nintendo. Nintendo delays all of their stuff
Yeah.
except Pokemon. Please delay Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah. Except Pokemon. That's the one that they won't delay. But yeah, like no, it got moved up. And I can't think of any other like even no, because even in the Wii U era there wasn't. No, I can't think of
It's
anything.
even kind of crazy because it got moved up, but it's also I've seen a lot of people argue that it's like the best Xenoblade game yet.
Mm-hmm.
So not only is it moved up, but it was also really good.
Yeah, it came out in a really good state. There aren't many, like there's a few complaints that you can give it, but in general, as a game, the game as a whole, there aren't many things that you can point out that is like really bad or bad at all. There's some things that some people might not be a fan of, but as a whole, it's probably one of the best games on Switch. And that's our biggest surprise. So that gets our first category done. And that means we had Sonic Frontiers, Overwatch 2, Kirby/Bayonetta, and Xenoblade. So we got all that out of the way. And now we get our biggest disappointment. Now we get our pitchforks and we get our rants. And let's go ahead, Russ, back to you. What was your disappointment?
The entirety of Overwatch 2.
The entirety of it?
I couldn't play it for a week. It came out on a Tuesday, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to play it until Sunday. The whole Battle Pass thing was just awful. I don't like that they're charging $30 for skins. The game is still fun. I mean, I still play it pretty regularly, but just everything that they're doing with it is just, it's sad. And I thought when they were going to release a second Battle Pass that they were going to improve it, and their only improvement was to make Ramatra level 35 instead of 55 or 45. I think it went to 45.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things that they could do to fix it is to add premium currency to the Battle Pass, but I don't know why
they did a dev blog saying that, I think before Season 2 came out, they said something about Season 2 is going to be similar to Season 1 for Battle Pass, and then the Battle Pass is going to get changes starting Season 3. Like the way
Okay.
that's what they said. I don't know if they're going to actually stick with what they said, but they did a blog post that said Battle Pass changes will happen in Season 3 and 4.
Okay, I must have missed that, because I thought the last thing I heard was that they were going to fix Season 2.
No, they didn't. I don't think they even mentioned Season 2. I think they just talked about Season 3 getting some Battle Pass. We'll see some changes starting Season 3.
Okay. Maybe I saw it from an unreliable Twitter account or something. I don't remember where I saw it. I didn't pay that much attention, apparently.
But even then, everything around it, the $30 skins, the Battle Pass for Season 1 and 2, the premium currency where Brittany doesn't even have any and she can't get the gingerbread bastion.
I just want one new skin.
Just one.
I'm Overwatch poor. Just give me one skin.
I am happy that they put in Brigitte's new skin. They made it like a winter challenge. Like that's good. But then there's so many others that like $20 each. I'm like, come on. Why? There's so many good ones.
How much does Fortnite charge per skin?
It around 15,
Like 10?
15
to 10?
anywhere from 10 to 20. 20 is their most expensive.
And when you get it, right? When you buy a Fortnite skin, you get multiple skins. Like the Mr. Beast one has alternative heads and alternative backpacks and stuff. So like Fortnite charging $20, I'm like, that's fair. You're getting like 3 skins in one, and you can also change stuff on it. And even what's that other stinking game with skins? All of them. League of Legends. League of Legends is like $10 to $20 a skin, and usually it's like a pack of skins. Just I don't know what Blizzard's doing.
No. We'll see when they adjust it. But Brandon, I assume your disappointment is very similar, or at least in Overwatch 2 as well. So what's up, Brandon? What you got?
Yeah, Overwatch 2. I'll be a little more unique. I'll talk about the competitive side of it. Both these seasons have sucked in terms of meta. The meta was not. It was better the first season. We thought we had it bad the first season, but having the rock paper scissors of you play Zarya until they go Winston, and then you play D.Va into Winston, and then you pick Zarya into D.Va, is way better than you play Hog Doom and you get one tap by Hog with his hook combo, or you get stunned on every punch with Doomfist. So that was horrific. Sojourn dominated the game very badly, and the excuse was, well, she doesn't have a good win rate in low ranks. Of course she doesn't. It's low ranks, and you don't pick Sojourn in low ranks. And they put out a developer log about Mercy, and they said, oh, Mercy actually has a very high win rate in high ranks. That's because Mercy pockets Sojourn, and Sojourn has a high win rate in high ranks. Like, That's been disappointing. The metas suck. Support is awful to play. You can't do anything really. You kind of just have to survive and pray. Um, and past that, like if you want to get a little deeper than that, the what's it called, like net game or something stuff with China, where Overwatch 2 is in jeopardy
Oh
of
yeah.
being taken down in China, and the effect that that has had on Overwatch League, for the entirety of the East division of Overwatch League, pretty much all of Asia has completely dropped their rosters. None of them have signed players because no one knows if they're going to be there next season. Um, they're in a position where, like, I mean, the Shanghai Dragons, you're in Shanghai and your country might not have Overwatch 2 next season, so it's kind of hard to go sign players right now.
Isn't there
Um,
like there's like 3 or 4 teams in China?
there's Chengdu, there's Shanghai, there's Hangzhou, there's Guangzhou. I think the Korea teams are Seoul. I think it's just Seoul, and then the rest are Chinese teams. I'm forgetting one. No, it's just those. The LA Valiant are an East team, and they play in China, even though they play under the name LA. I'm pretty sure they play. I think they actually all play in Korea, but they have home stands. That's like the biggest thing is every season they'll have a home stand. So wherever like your team is based in, you'll go play there, even if your roster doesn't live there. So I'm pretty sure Shanghai's roster doesn't play in Shanghai. I'm pretty sure they play also in Seoul, like the headquarters. But when they have a home stand, they go to Shanghai for it. Um, Same for Hangzhou, and all of those teams can't do anything. And free agency has opened up for Overwatch League, and a lot of moves have been made, and the East teams are kind of stuck. So it's just been really disappointing how Overwatch 2 has been. The prices suck, the meta sucks. Um, there was a funny point that was brought up on Twitter where that free skin, that free Reaper skin they gave everyone because of all the troubles at launch, uh, that free Halloween skin, where like, oh, you'll get a free Reaper skin when the Halloween event comes out. When the Halloween event came out, the only thing you got for completing the Halloween challenges was a charm. But this winter one has a skin and a charm behind its challenges.
Oh, so you
Someone's
think they
like,
just pushed forward the skin?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Twitter thinks that they didn't give out a free skin. They just took it off the challenge list and gave it to people early because of
Yeah.
the winter one. It's been really disappointing. Matchmaking is also pretty bad. There are a bunch of top
Yeah.
500 players who will play with Diamond, and if you're like Gold and Plat, you can play with Masters and Grandmaster players, and it's just a like they put out a blog recently talking about the matchmaking, saying, "Oh, it's fair because if you queue into a game as a Diamond support, we will mirror the other team with a Diamond support, so it's even." But it's also you don't show ranks when you go into the game. So when tank players queue into games, they don't know if the support is a top 500 support or if it's a diamond support, and that's very different because how far you push forward and how fast you play is very dependent on the skill level of your supports being able to keep up with you. So it's all just really disappointing.
Even in quick play, like I've played against me. I think I played with a group of 3, so obviously like there's probably better groups of 3s. But I don't know, when we were playing, there was like half the matches seemed pretty fair match. Like there's a lot of back and forth. We did lose some, but some of them we just got like just swept through. Like we had our last like 5 games, we were just absolutely swept through, and their tanks and supports were like super aggressive, and their team had great coordination. You could tell they were like just much better skill wise than like our goofy crew that was a group of 3 just trying to play.
It's
Yeah,
a very hard
matchmaking
game to play
it
casually.
it's been a whole thing. That's also been like a big complaint in every rank is that it's just stompings on one side. I mean, the amount of even matches you'll get in competitive are pretty low. It's very rare to get an even match.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and again, it just kind of goes back to the fact that you can get these wide range of ranks in competitive, and even then, even with that, another big problem that they're having is queue times in top 500 and like the top 2 ranks right now for tank can go to 40 minutes to find a game. And then once you find a game, there's a pretty good chance you're playing with diamond players, free ranks below you, and you'll probably get steamrolled on one side, and the game will probably be over in under 20 minutes. So it's rough. It's really rough. Also, push sucks. Push is just bad. It's just not good.
I'm not a big fan of the new maps either.
I think the map pool is not needed. They do not need a map pool.
No.
Especially in quick
and-
play.
Yeah, especially in quick play. I don't know what they were thinking.
I can understand the map pool in comp, but it just baffles me that it's in quick play. That is like, why would you take away content in your game? Why would you lock it in quick play?
It's
baffling.
Yeah, it's bad because I'm not sure exactly how they pick maps when you queue comp. But I would like to think that they first prioritize not putting you in the same map back to back, and then they prioritize trying not to put you in the same game mode back to back, which leads to I just for me, this season I've put 170 games into competitive. I have played Shambali 4 times. I've absolutely without doubt played like New Queen Street at least 20. I mean,
Okay.
it is they will roll push often. It's
Yeah.
really bad.
All right. Serge, this is the second category. We're on a second category. Brittany, is Overwatch 2 also your biggest disappointment?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about Pokemon, but I can't even say Pokemon was disappointing because it's expected. Like I expected it with how fast it came out that there'd be issues with it, and it's still like fun. It's still enjoyable. There's not as much to rag on it as much as there is Overwatch 2. So
Okay. All right then. All right. So 3 Overwatch 2s. Callisto has not been mentioned. So 3 Overwatch 2s for biggest disappointment, and I'm gonna be different. I am gonna say Scorn. I was really excited to play Scorn, and it is not a bad game. It is not, but it is completely different from what I was expecting. It is so slow. It is so methodical. It is so confusing. And if I want to take time to do it, sure, I'll do it. But my first experience was playing it on stream with Marissa, and it was not a good stream. It was so slow, and so yeah, it was just not a fun time. But the game itself is not bad. Now that I know the type of game it is, maybe if I tried to like reset my mood about it and like go into it like that without those expectations, and expect with knowing that it's a puzzle game, first and foremost a puzzle game with the art style. Yeah, Harold's dead. Yeah, it's probably gonna be Scorn for me, which is a shame because I was really excited for it, or I wasn't like super excited, but it was a game I was looking forward to. So maybe one day I'll retry it, but at the moment I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna be retrying it anytime soon. So that is biggest disappointment out of the way, and now we got best character. Russ, what you got for best character?
For this one I put the cat from Stray.
The cat from Stray?
I thought that it was like really charming to just play as a cat, and you're just a cat. It's not like a anthropomorphic cat or anything. It was just like fun to walk around and meow and play like a cat and still experience a story through it.
Okay, awesome. I actually got Stray given to me as a gift today for Christmas. So I will probably be playing that sometime in the next few weeks before I have to go back to school. Brandon, who's your best character? Sojourn.
Does the game have to be out?
No. Wait. No, because it just has to be this year. If they were shown off this year. Oh god, I know exactly what you're gonna say. Go ahead, Brandon.
Nemesis, Hades 2.
Yeah, this is from Hades too. That's it.
I'm not ashamed.
You know,
Excited for that game.
Yeah, that's you ready for Hades 2?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
playing Hades 1. It's fun.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, you got Nemesis there. You're repping Nemesis, Stray Cat, and Brittany.
Probably. I want to say Kratos, but I think I'm going to lean more towards Atreus from God of War 2 because I think he's a bit more fleshed out and has more character this time around. And I really like. He seems he's more confident and I don't know. He's a nice representation of kind of a like it's a good contrast. Like Kratos is very intense and hardcore and like everything is training, everything is combat, and Atreus is more like methodical in his approach, and it's kind of cool because you see that like Loki side of him where it's like, oh, well, we could like do this, or it's more intelligence, I guess, based, and it's interesting to see them interact, and it's interesting to see him kind of explore his past, and he's not a character to be like taken care of anymore. He's more like in his own control, and you get to like play as him, and it's fun.
Awesome. Awesome. And for future reference, Russ, did you get a chance to start it yet? No.
Nope, not yet.
Okay. Then I will be very vague in a future category.
I don't think I think I avoided spoilers.
Yeah. You're good. You're good. I'm gonna just avoid talking about Ragnarok because I'm gonna talk about it later. Not for this one, but I'm gonna talk about it later, and I'll be vague about it. My best character is gonna be Mio from Xenoblade 3. So we got two cats. We got Stray Cat and Mio. Mio. So the story that Xenoblade 3 tells is so. I resonate with it so much. I resonate with Xenoblade 3 story so much because of the topics that it covers, and it hits Mio and Noah the most with what it says. Like every character deals with certain things in the story because the story is like targeted to like attack certain things from them, but the main message, which is basically talking about time and living in the moment, time ending at some point, like all of that existentialism is something that just resonates with me a lot. And I think it hit Mio a little bit harder than it hit Noah. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Mio for it. And then that is all our characters. We got two cats, someone that's not out yet, Mommy, and then Atreus. So that's our best character. And now the counterparts, we got best villain. Russ, who's your villain of the year?
This is kind of weird because there wasn't a ton of like character development on this character, but mine is Elphalus from Kirby. My so I really like horror and creepy stuff, and if you've played a Kirby game, you know that most of their final bosses are very creepy. And the whole like last maybe 45 minutes of the game where Elphalus is like transforming into its final form is like super creepy, and it reminds me of like an HP Lovecraft story.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool. I just thought it was like a really well designed character and I really liked it. And then the secret boss too that ties into it, I also like.
Secret boss was really cool. I ended up doing
Yeah.
it. I was like, I was not expecting it. It was really cool.
It's
Okay.
hard too.
Yeah, it was. All right, so Elphalus. Okay, awesome. Brandon, is yours Blizzard?
I'd say Mr. Grizz from Splatoon 3, but I think it's kind of funny if I find a way to look back to Overwatch every time.
By the way,
Sojourn.
Sojourn's your okay. All right.
Yeah, Sojourn. That character was a menace, and you didn't need to play the game.
Yeah.
Just do Sojourn then.
Yeah. She won't let you play it even now.
Yeah, you should give her a Mercy Pocket. They tried to nerf her It was like it was weird because they gave her a nerf, but like they
Is-
wanted to balance it, so they gave her a damage buff, so she did 1 more point of damage on each bullet. But they forgot that like even if you make it where she can't one shot, you can just have Mercy hold right click on her, so she can now one shot again.
Yeah.
Anyways, and now
So-
she just has a damage buff.
Mm-hmm. All right, but with Mr. Grizz, the actual pick being Mr. Grizz,
So true.
did you expect Grizz to be the villain?
No, because I haven't finished the Splatoon story since like 2014.
I thought you did, I thought you did
2015.
the Splatoon 2 story.
No, I started it. I
Oh.
did like 2 levels of it, I think.
Oh, and then you just stopped.
I want to go back and finish it now. It was fun. I really enjoyed Splatoon 3. It's like the only game that I played this year that came out this year.
No. Yeah, Splatoon 3 is great. Splatoon 3 is great. All right. Brandon, what's your best villain?
I did say Blizzard is my villain.
Oh, you
That's
did?
literally what I wrote
Okay.
on the piece of paper. Yeah.
Okay.
For all of the reasons listed above. But I want to say not all of Blizzard. I'm going to exclude the development team, but purely just the putrid, nasty executive team that runs Blizzard needs to be like smacked and like just figure
replaced.
their crap out. Like with the breast milk scandal,
Oh.
all of the harassment, their lead operations officer just left the company to go be the CEO of the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT garbage. So like that's how you know he's already crappy to begin with. He's moving to a crappy company. And then the CEO who's like a piece of turd. They just need to like it's interesting because I feel like throughout Overwatch 1's life cycle, it was how can we give our players the most for a reasonable amount of money, and the that's been thrown out of the window now. It's how can we give them the absolute least, like IV drip feed them the least amount of skins, content, and balancing while like just pillaging their wallet. It's like complete flip. Like they were like, here's this cool Lego Bastion skin. You can get this for free. Here's this Mercy skin that's for charity, and you get a bunch of other sprays, and we're doing all this promotion on Twitch. Here's all of here's a new Diva short with the Diva Cola skin, and here's a special Funko Pop to commemorate it. And but like they're still making money on all this and putting out great and cool stuff, and everybody was on board. They're like, we like this is great. And now it's just like, hey, here's this really cool skin, we want $20 for this one skin for a character that you're probably not even going to play that often, but we do want the $20 for it. So yeah, Blizzard is number one villain of the year.
Okay. I'm agree with Surgeon Chat. I'm going with Bill Clinton kid from the Game Award. That kid's a menace. Absolute menace. He won. That could have gone so bad at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna go with a game, I'm going with Odin. I'll leave it at that. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's cool. As
yeah.
for like actual game villains, yeah,
As for actual game villains, that I'm gonna leave it at Odin. But
the villain of the year is definitely Blizzard.
the Blizzard there, Bill Clinton kid. Oh man, and that's best villain. So that's awesome. That's really funny that we all got something done. Odin gives Mafia boss vibes. Yeah, and now we got our joke category. Best water. Games have nice water, and it's time we appreciate the best water in gaming. With like Sunshine, Samurai Sunshine came out so long ago, and it has amazing water. Brandon can attest to that. He's been playing it for the past 3 months. And
He's only been playing in the water.
Yeah, he's only been playing in the water. Yeah, Call of Duty Ghosts. When Ghosts came out, they were talking about the water physics and the fish react. So what's the best water for everyone? Russ, what you got?
Mine is a specific level in Kirby.
Oh, okay.
The level is the fast flowing waterworks.
Oh,
It's like you're like in like a factory, and it's like a big like water slide. And for some reason, I thought the water looked so good, and it felt really good to like swim through really fast in the water, and I just really liked that level.
Okay. All right, I get my games out because I'm actually got game choices for this. Brandon, what water you got?
This is a stupid ass award.
Yeah.
Splatoon.
Splatoon.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the worst water. You die in it.
Yeah, but I don't want to give something to Overwatch again. They don't even have good water. You die in Overwatch water also.
So Splatoon.
Yeah, Splatoon.
Splatoon water. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds so sad. Yeah, I guess.
Okay. All right. Brittany, what water you got?
All right, I haven't played it, but Horizon Forbidden West is the easiest choice possible. There's underwater combat in every screenshot and ounce of gameplay that I've looked at, even though I'm trying to avoid it because I don't want spoilers. It is just jaw-droppingly gorgeous, and I would say it surpasses the God of War water because you can actually go into it.
Okay.
The God of War water, I'm like, I want to go into it, and then the little invisible wall is like, no,
No, you can't.
you can't go into the water.
Okay. I have two picks that are tied because I could not choose, and Horizon is one. I did choose Horizon. Horizon is one because that water is really, really good. But one that surprised me, this shocked me when I played this game. I did not expect the waters to look so nice. It's Triangle Strategy. Triangle Strategy has incredible looking water. If you guys like watch gameplay of it, and look at a river in it, you don't get to go inside it. But if you guys look at any areas that have water, it's just so shiny and nice looking. Let me see if I can even Triangle Strategy water.
Yeah, I vibe with this water.
Yeah, you vibe with the water. It's just so nice looking.
Anything is better than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's
Oh
water.
no, Scarlet and Violet's water is so sad.
You turn from a specific angle and the texture, there's a texture on top, but
Yeah.
it disappears if you look at it from certain angles, and so it just looks like you're like floating in an abyss.
Mm-hmm. And then the Triangle Strategy water, especially when it's in motion, it just looks so nice. So that was best water. I love this category. It's great. It's great. And next year we're gonna have even better Joe categories. Be like best concrete. We got best DLC now. I have a feeling. Actually, no, there was a lot of DLC that came out. I think I might have the same one as someone else though. So Russ.
Mine is Cuphead.
Okay.
That DLC was amazing. I just beat it like 2 weeks ago too.
Oh, nice. Nice. You do the secret boss?
I found out about it like 2 days ago. I have not gone back yet.
Okay. It's good. It's good. And you can only fight it once you beat it, you can't fight it again.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's strange. So it's like a one and done type thing. Some people are speculating that it's like hinting at the next game.
Huh.
So it is really, really good.
The second game got confirmed, right? Like recently?
No, so they put a hiring notice for the next game, and they said that it's gonna be 2D, but they didn't say if it's a Cuphead sequel. They just said experience it with 2D environments.
Interesting.
So that's all they said. Brandon, what's your best DLC?
I didn't play any DLC.
You didn't play any DLC. What DLC looked good to you? Overwatch 2?
That's worse
Yeah,
than
that's
DLC.
pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much a DLC. They took away content.
I was about to say they took
Yeah.
stuff. They took stuff away.
Yeah.
miss-
Still want those
boxes.
fucking in cards. Still want in cards. Not giving them to me. The game just ends in 7 seconds. I have a theory it's to stop people from talking shit to each other. If you just cut
Probably.
them short, if you don't give them the chance to talk shit, technically you have lowered toxicity in your game, statistically. So,
Splatoon 3 got DLC announced.
So did Xenoblade 3.
Xenoblade 3 has DLC.
Pokemon is
Okay.
going to get DLC.
Pokemon's probably gonna get DLC. You want to just roll a dice and choose one, Brandon?
I'll pick the Sonic Frontiers like updates. That's actually cool stuff
Oh,
to DLC.
Wait, didn't they
yeah.
just do? They did a cute little Christmas skin.
Yeah, they did a cute little Christmas skin, and then they confirmed a roadmap for next year of DLC all free, and that
Just
like
downloadable content, right? It doesn't have to be like a big expansion. That just means downloadable content.
that
like-
counts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I picked Sonic shoes that they gave out pre-release.
Oh,
That's my
okay.
favorite DLC.
the soap
The
shoes.
adventure shoes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are
that's
my
good.
favorite.
Did you sign up for the newsletter, or are you stuck with the regular shoes?
I forgot. I signed
Aw.
up for the newsletter. I can't tell you
Oh, you
if
can't.
I ever got them.
Oh, okay. You probably did get it. I immediately slapped those on, and I played the whole game with them. It
The
feels
fresh
so good.
kicks.
Yes, and I hope those soap shoes stay for as DLC options for every single Sonic game in the future because they're so good. I think he even had the soap shoes in the advanced games. So I hope they bring them back because I really rocked them the whole time.
I hope they do Christmas Nights DLC.
Because it's nice DLC, yeah. Oh man, Frontiers does have a really good lineup for DLC though. With they're getting new playable characters next year. They're gonna let Knuckles, Amy, and Tails. Oh, Lauren. Brittany said it. Yeah.
I said Christmas Nights. I love you too. And I love you, random citizen.
Lauren was supposed to be here, but the storm is getting to her, unfortunately.
I've played a little bit of Christmas Nights. My local game store today had it set up on his Sega Saturn kiosk, and I was
Yeah?
like, "This is sick!" I was
Nice.
like, "If I had a Saturn, I would buy this in 2 seconds."
Yes, you're here in spirit, Lauren. If you want to type it, and this goes for anyone, actually. If anyone wants to like type in their like answers for each category, you guys are more than welcome to, and I'll probably like look at them. Sonic Frontiers, Cuphead, Brittany.
Mine is Outer Wilds: Echoes of the Eye.
Oh, nice.
So without going into spoilers of Outer Wilds, because I do recommend everybody play it. Basically this adds like a whole side story and additional like 2 planets worth of content. It's there's like a really cool method for how the game actually gets you to the DLC. You have to figure out how to get there via coordinates, and then when you do get there, it opens up into this like giant, it's a spaceship, but it's a spaceship where a civilization was actually living on it. So there's a bunch of structures and you're trying to figure out where they went, essentially. And
Okay.
but like there's a light mode, and then there's like an alternative, like an upside down, I guess, kind of like Stranger Things, like an
Oh.
upside down area that you enter. Honestly, Russ, you could probably skip the entirety of Outer Wilds and just play that, and you'd probably like it because it's a little more horror centric, I would say.
Ooh.
Like there's a lot of like jump scares and stuff, but Outer Wilds is like a game that I just recommend all around. But the DLC is fantastic, and I think it's only $15 or $20.
That's
Well
not
worth
bad.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Like I said, just watch gameplay of it, but just make sure when you look it up, be careful that it's like spoiler free.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I will be in agreement with Russ. Delicious Last Course is my favorite DLC. It is. I played it when it came out, and I fell in love with it. It's so good. The bosses are great. They upped the animation tenfold. It's just great. It's just great DLC. And now we got best cover art. Best cover art. Let's see all these covers that people got picked out. Russ, what you got?
I picked Legends Arceus for this one.
Okay.
I really liked how it was different from all the other Pokemon games, and it made it. You can tell like what the game is gonna feel like just by the cover. And usually, like a Pokemon game, the cover is just the box legendary, and that's it, and it's pretty boring. But this one was like actually pretty cool, I thought.
I miss the days of when they would do the cover box art of the Pokemon, and then they would put glitter foil or just make it super shiny. I miss
Yeah.
the DS era.
For anyone that doesn't know what the Legends Arceus box art looks like.
Yeah, they're so cute.
I almost chose this. So that's a great choice. What about you, Brandon? What's your favorite box art?
Overwatch 2.
No, because
No,
it would have just
Sojourn
been
on
it
it.
would have just been Sojourn.
Oh, it has Sojourn. That character sucks. It was like November last year, but can I pick the
Go for it.
wait,
Go
we're
for
doing
it.
best or worst?
Best.
Oh, best? Oh, I have no fucking Frontiers is cool. I like Frontiers just because its colors, like its color palette is really nice.
Okay.
I'll go Sonic Frontiers.
Okay.
I think Sonic always has cool box art.
Yeah. Heart Gold is one of my favorite box arts for Pokemon. It's so good. Why are we best friends?
I think the only Sonic box art, because I was thinking, I'm like, all of them are pretty good. The only one that I would say is a little weird is probably Chronicles on the DS. It's just like a weird zoomed in anime Sonic face on there.
Okay. Search says Callisto. Callisto's nice. Okay. Yeah, Heart Gold's so good.
The Japanese box art for Chronicles is really cool.
Yeah.
It's
Look that up.
really, really cool. The Japanese version is awesome.
I feel like I can't help but feel like Lauren missed a really strong bonding moment. But I feel like she,
Well, Lauren's in your Discord, right? I'll just have to be more active.
yeah, I feel like Lauren would be so like happy talking to you. Brittany, what was your box art?
Russ took mine.
Oh.
Mine was for the same reason too. I was looking at all of them, and like, don't get me wrong, I love God of War's box art. I love Horizon's box art. I don't love Elden Ring's box art. I don't know. Like, a lot of Stray's box art is good. The Last of Us Part 1 box art is good. Bayonetta's box art, Splatoon. All of it's really, really good. Kirby's is cute. But Arceus Legends, I like the 2D artwork on it, and also, I don't know, it's a whole scene happening. It's a lot different from the other Pokemon games, and I really like the logo design for it. I just think, like, all around, it's way more unique than the other ones that I really, really like from this year, and it's really, really unique from a series perspective, because like, I think, I'm trying to think of like the other spin-offs, like, I don't know, Pokemon Snap box art was kind of lame. The Mystery Dungeon one, it was okay, but I really liked the Arceus Legends because not only does the box art itself look good, but the graphics of the logo itself look really, really good.
Yeah, they do. All right, so we got 2 doubles because I am in agreement. I'm choosing Frontiers. I think this box art is amazing. I like, ever since they revealed it, I fell in love with it. I love the background of it. I love that it has him writing on the Grand Rail, and also, I mean, I got my steelbook with it, so I mean, I got 2 in 1. I thought this was if it was this one, it'd be like but the fact that
What's the inside?
The inside is engravings from the game. It's just engravings from the game.
That's still really cool.
Yeah, but this is the one that caught my eye. Like, this one is like really, really, really cool to me. With Legends Arceus being my second pick, so really, really
The
cool.
only thing that can make Legends Arceus better is if it was foil.
Nah, it was
It had
foil.
like
Yeah,
a nice silvery foil. That looks
yeah. There's like a little. I think it's just trickery with the box art. Like, at first I thought there was like a little foil to the Stray box art, but I think it's just the way the colors look in the lighting. I don't think it actually has it, but when I opened it, it looked really cool. That was best cover, and now we go to the opposite. And I don't have my pick on me because I let my cousin borrow it, but that's okay. You guys don't need to see it. What's your guys' worst cover, Russ?
I actually struggled with this one. I was looking through a list of the games that came out this year, and the only one that was kind of meh to me was Scarlet and Violet, just for the same reason I said before, was that it's just the box legendary and there's like nothing special about it.
Okay. All right, Scarlet and Violet. I think Sword and Shield have my least favorite box arts. It just looks so bland. I think the coloring of Scarlet Violet helps it, and like the little like portrait around it. I think it helps it for me too. But even then, yeah, it's just boring.
That year was rough for Nintendo box art. I think that was the same year that Fire Emblem Three Houses came out with the unaligned staff
Oh
in
yeah,
the middle.
yeah.
The characters, some
unaligned
characters just
one.
glued upside down. They're just
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, it was. It was. Brandon, what's your worst box art?
I could pick the November one from last year.
Sure.
The shitty Gen 4 remake box arts that they put out
Oh,
with
yeah,
that terrible ass logo.
that's bad.
It's just the legendary in a black empty room.
Yeah,
they are screaming
Yeah.
though. I think right. The legendaries are like
Yeah.
roaring.
yeah, they're
Oh,
roaring.
yeah.
They're screaming into the
If I
void.
was on that box art, I would too.
Yeah, it is. It is not good. It's not good.
One of the worst box arts I've ever seen in my life. The logo's terrible. I don't know who gave that the thumbs
It's
up.
like a fake bedazzled look.
Yeah.
Again, that's one of those ones that if they would just got rid of the texture and just made it foil, it would just look better.
It would. It would if it was foil instead of that texture. 100%. Oh man. All right. Brittany, what's your worst cover art?
I'm gonna say Marvel Midnight Suns because
Mhm.
it's really ugly. And when I first saw it, I was like, what is this like B-rate garbage Marvel thing? Is this like another Avengers game that's coming out? And people are like, oh, Marvel Midnight Suns is so good, and I'm like, it's good. Why does this box art look like a budget PS3 game?
Yeah.
It's just like the characters smacked on, and then I don't know, the logo. It looks like more time could have been spent with it, and yeah, it just looks bad in my opinion.
Okay. For me, and I want to. I'm biased towards Midnight Suns. Oh, yeah, I know why you're biased towards Midnight Suns.
Gotham Knights was also like nearly a tie for me. It's just
Gotham.
characters walking forward, but I like the logo better of Gotham Knights than I do Midnight Suns.
Yeah, mine's a tie between Gotham Knights, and I'm sorry. Last of Us Part 1. I did not like Part 1's.
You don't like Big Ellie?
No, I don't like Big Ellie and Joel. I still think the original PS3 release of it has the best box art.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab something and show it to you.
Okay. The PS3 box art is the best. Last of Us Part 2, I think, won my worst cover art for 2020, or like I think that.
So what I was hoping that they would use for The Last of Us Part 1 is the steelbook cover art that they did for the remaster, because this art, a lot of people really liked it, and the steelbook was only released, I think, in Europe, but it's an art that they haven't used a ton of, and so I think they should have just redone this and used it.
Yes.
I like The Last of Us Part 1 cover art better than The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, Part 2 was
just like the zoom in on Ellie's nasty, grimy face. I get it. I get why, and I get why Part 1 is the way it is, but I'm like, compared to like their other games cover art, I'm like, these are bad.
Yeah.
Bad in comparison.
The Last of Us Part 2, I've gone through this conversation so many times. Last of Us Part 2's cover should have been her on her horse entering Seattle.
Yeah, or like her and Dina, or just literally something else besides this.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right, it is better than Part 2's, but Part 1, I still think that what you just showed me, that and the original PS3 release have like the best Last of Us covers.
And that's the thing, is like there's a bunch of like art pieces, original art pieces that they've used for other promotional content that I was like, when I saw the art for it, I was like, oh, like it's not the worst, but it kind of just looks like somebody's like deviant art first attempt at something, and like it's good, but it's not like, it's not up to like the standard that I would expect for something like a Naughty Dog game.
Yeah. And when Part 3 inevitably happens,
It's gonna be teeth.
And yeah, when Part 3 inevitably happens, I hope they do it. I
hope it's a straight up the nose shot.
Oh. All right, let's go past it. Let's do best soundtrack. Russ.
I have two. I
Okay.
couldn't pick between the two. So the first one is the Cuphead DLC. I thought the music for it was great, and I particularly liked the Ice King, Ice Wizard. I
Mm-hmm.
liked his soundtrack. And the other game is Sonic Frontiers. The
Okay.
boss battle music is like right up my alley with the type of music I like, and I was like completely dumbfounded that that kind of music was in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it fit really well, and I really liked the songs. And they just added all of them on Spotify, so I've been listening to them all the time now.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, the Frontiers had an excellent soundtrack. It just got its redemption. I think the Sonic Twitter like tweeted about it. The Sonic account tweeted about it saying like redemption time that they got nominated for like the Steam Awards for best soundtrack. Brand, what you got for best soundtrack?
I really like that Overwatch 2 main menu theme for Kiriko.
The
That shit
Kiriko.
kind of hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fine. No, Splatoon. It's just
Splatoon.
my default.
I love
Yeah.
Splatoon's track.
Splatoon 3 his soundtrack is really really good.
Yeah, really, really good.
But you're not
Especially
like you're not lying. Kiriko's theme did hit hard.
Yeah,
It's way better than what they have now for I think it's Junker Queen that they're doing it.
I would say I would love a customization where you could pick your main menu screen, like how you could pick loading screens on Fortnite, but they would
Mhm.
probably sell it to us for $15.
I was about to,
each.
Yeah.
I was about to say, okay, get ready to pay for it.
Yeah.
Just,
What were you saying about Splatoon 3 before I cut you off? Sorry. You're gonna
Me?
mention you're gonna mention something. and
oh
I-
no, I just had especially during the final boss. It was really good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Final Boss music did hit for it. Brittany.
So, like, although I do think Xenoblade is soundtrack of the year, I haven't played it, so I'm gonna go with God of War, just out of the games that I have played from this year that have a soundtrack.
Okay. God of War is
So-
good. God of War is
Um,
good.
Echoes of the Eye comes close, but there's not as much music in that, and so I'm gonna go ahead and go with God of War. There's more music in that.
Okay, gotcha. I'm going with Xenoblade 3 for it. It just hit every song in it. Every song in the game just absolutely shredded, and I'm really 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 happy about the soundtrack. I think my favorite song unfortunately only played twice in the game.
Oh.
But I think that just added to its impact. So whenever, if any of you end up playing Xenoblade 3, please let me know, and so I can talk to more people about it. I haven't been able to talk to many people about Xenoblade. I think I've only been able to talk to Berto about it. That's been minimal because he hasn't had
Do
too
they
much
let
time.
you play the tracks freely in Xenoblade? Like, is there like a music player?
I can't remember. I know there's a cutscene player. There's a theater. There's just a lot of music, so I feel like I want to say no, just because I think like the full soundtrack is like. Let me. The full soundtrack is 11 and a half hours long. So
It's a lot of music.
yeah, so I don't think they have a music player. Maybe for like some key moments, but I know they do have the cutscene player that you unlock once you beat the game. So there's that, and then Frontiers is my runner-up. Frontiers is really good. Good choices, everyone. And then this one was last minute, so I apologize for everyone if anyone had to scramble to think of this for best story. Russ, what was your best story?
For me, it was Ghostwire Tokyo.
Ooh.
I went into that game completely blind. My friend bought it and gave it to me to play it. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would, and I really into like the Japanese folklore and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when a story makes me cry, I think it's really good. And that was like one of the few games that actually got me, so I really liked it.
Nice. I haven't heard you talk about Ghostwire Tokyo at all. This is my first time hearing that game come out of your mouth. So that's awesome. That's awesome. It's really really cool to hear. I do want to check it out eventually. That is
I liked it.
something.
It's very similar to like a Ubisoft game, like Far Cry,
Mhm.
going around like collecting stuff. But I thought the story was really good. The powers felt pretty good. I liked the combat. I had a lot of fun with it.
Awesome. Nice, nice. Okay. Excuse me. Brandon, would you like to mention something besides Splatoon 3, even though that's like the only game that you played? You want to talk about the 2 hours of Frontiers?
I really like the story that they told in The Bride of Junkenstone.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very
Junkenstone.
powerful.
Very powerful story.
All 15 minutes of it?
Yep. 20. I'm for us 2025
Okay.
when we did our run through. That was a very good story. I mean,
I would like Overwatch 2 to put out their PvE events already.
we're getting one in January.
Yes, we are. I meant
For
their story. Their
$60?
story. No, please no.
Oh man.
I do think it is gonna be Splatoon though for you, right? You really like that story.
Yeah.
Like you actually genuinely really liked it.
Yeah, I like I like the entire thing of like, Shiva and them just being a bunch of dipshits for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Team
How long was
Rocket.
that story mode? Like
That-
5 hours?
I like all of the Splatoon story mode. Like I played it on the Wii U and everything. The platforming and goofiness of the story is a lot of fun.
It is.
There's also like a lot of lore, I think, in Splatoon 1. Like you would unlock lore cards and it's actually like Splatoon is a post-apocalyptic
Yep.
story of humans dying out and then squids becoming like the dominant species.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
I've
comes
read-
back around. It comes back full circle. Splatoon 3 story deals with that.
That's great.
I almost could play that 100%. I didn't do the final level because doesn't matter. Who cares? I did read all of the story cards for Splatoon 3 though, so it did have a good lore to it, which I don't mean this as an insult, but like it didn't need
No.
Splatoon.
It was
You could have
excellent.
just said that's just how things are. The squids. That's just the universe. But they made it like a whole thing, like with the world ending and all that. Then it didn't need that. I
It fits
appreciate it.
the Splat Max vibe.
Yeah, I'm shocked they were even allowed to do that. I'm shocked that got the green light.
Yeah, they have some pretty dark things in the story. But
Yeah.
It was when Miyamoto was sick.
Yeah, it was when he was sick.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
out sick, and they were like, "All right,
Oh, let's do this before he comes back. All right, Splatoon 3. And Brittany, what you got for best story?
it's God of War."
God of War?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty self-explanatory. It's just it's more of the 2018 story and going further and more character development. All the boxes tick for me.
All boxes tick for you? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also going with Ragnarok. I'm
I'm hoping it'll make me cry.
I'm also going to Ragnarok. Russ, whenever you go through it, we gotta talk. We gotta talk because there's a lot in it that I want to talk to you about. It is great. And that's it for the 10 categories. We made it. And now we got our top 5 games of the year. That's what we're going to be covering now. So we got through all of them. So I'm actually going to go. Oops. I'm going to go ahead and adjust top 5 games. There we go, because I didn't make one for top 5 games. That's our category. Our secret 11th one. Top 5 games of the year. And this one could be that we started this year. So it doesn't need... Mine are all ones that released this year. But that's just what I decided. So Russ, what's your number 5?
Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight.
Mhm.
Okay. For when did you end up playing it this year?
We played it for the book club on the Tidecast.
Okay.
Yep.
And you ended up
And-
beating it the whole way through?
Yep. I really, really liked it.
Nice. Who nominated that?
I want to say Luke,
Luke? Okay.
I think. That was a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah. That's awesome. I love Hollow Knight. Anyone else here play besides me, Russ?
Wait, oh, I played Hollow Knight. I played an hour and then I
You-
quit.
No.
I played it because I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. And I played it, and there was no map starting out, and I was like,
Oof.
that's a no from me.
Okay. Yeah,
Too hard.
I love Hollow. You ready for Silk Song?
Yes,
Whatever.
I am so excited to play that.
Whenever that myth of a game comes out,
Yeah,
it's like a unicorn. Every time I see it, it's like,
yeah.
there.
What will come out? That or Metroid Prime 4?
It'll be
Metroid
Silk
Prime
Song.
4 isn't real. That
No,
was just
no,
a title.
Prime 4 is never coming out. That one, oh man. Oh, but Bayonetta 3 was in development hell for so long, so
I know.
Yeah.
I'm bummed. I can't make jokes anymore that Bayonetta and Breath of the Wild 2 and Metroid Prime 4 will never come out because two of them are.
yeah. One of
Gonna
them's
come out.
out, one of them's dated,
Yep.
and the other one's still gone though, so you can still joke around.
I
That's
was
fine.
right though that Zelda got delayed twice. It didn't release this year, so there was several people owe me pizza from that. They made bets
Call
for
them out.
pizza. They're like, yeah, it's gonna come out in 2022, and I said no, it's not going to.
Call them out. Call them out. Make them buy you that pizza.
I'm gonna have pizza for weeks.
Hit them up tomorrow. Be like, hey, you owe me pizza on Christmas.
They send it to me when I'm out of town.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oops. Unfortunate. Brandon, what's your number 5?
I didn't. God, I don't even know. I didn't play games this season. This year. I mean,
Yeah, you got a few.
just because I played it a bunch. No, I'll do Deltarune. I played that this year.
Okay.
That counts.
Yeah,
I'll do
that counts.
Deltarune.
Yeah, Deltarune and Undertale count. Do you want to lump them together or separate?
Separate. I'm gonna need to stretch these out.
Yeah, okay. So Deltarune's number 5?
Yeah. Guess what's next? Guess what's Forest?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
Just Sojourn. That's number
just
4.
Sojourn's number 4. Deltarune's number 5. Okay, cool. You played both chapter 1 and 2 back to back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't cry though.
You didn't?
No.
Did you want to?
No.
I'm sure it'll make you cry before the end, before it's like completed. I'm sure.
Keep playing it.
I'm sure. Marissa said that you did. When did you cry?
I didn't cry Deltarune. I cried at Undertale. I
Yeah,
cried a lot at
yeah,
Undertale.
yeah. You cried in Undertale.
Marissa didn't know I played Undertale today. I was talking to Marissa and she's like, "You played Undertale?" I'm like, "Yeah, I cried at Undertale. You were there in chat
Yeah, she
when I was
was.
crying."
Yeah.
Undertale definitely choked me up. I played the. I've only done the pacifist run, but that's like the best ending, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did Pacifist, but I cry at everything. I cried at every single ending of Kingdom Hearts. all the endings of Kingdom Hearts.
That's fair.
3 destroyed
It's
you,
the
dude.
music. It's the music, I swear, for Kingdom
music.
Hearts. It just gets you. Like it can be like the goofiest thing. Like somebody's like hopping on Winnie the Pooh's head and that powerful score hits and you're like, ooh, so beautiful.
Yeah. No, 3's ending hits. 3's ending hits.
Yeah.
That was something.
Three's ending sucks.
It does. 3's DLC sucks more.
I didn't play DLC. I skipped
Yeah,
it. I looked
yeah.
up the story, but I
good.
had enough.
I paid I think $40 for that DLC and it only comes with like maybe an hour of additional story content and then some extra bosses. So don't pay over like $20 for that DLC.
I think I cried at Persona. I think Persona 4 and 5.
I don't remember you crying in 4.
Did I not? No, not 4, because 4 didn't have anything that bad. 5 I did. Pretty sure I did.
I can't remember.
Um,
Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember.
Xenoblade 2 was really bad.
Yeah,
that was bad. That was the
Dude,
worst.
Oh my god, my biggest disappointment was Brandon spoiling himself on Xenoblade 3 because he's my best friend and I can't talk to him about the game anymore. I'm never forgiving you on Xenoblade 3. I'm taking that to the grave. I can't believe you. I can't believe you got that spoiled for yourself.
I just didn't censor Twitter, and then I saw things on Twitter, and I'm like, that's neat. So I just looked it up.
I think
That's like a-
I've had all three spoiled for me because one
Ah.
of the streamers I watch has played, including I think I've had all of Xenosaga spoiled for me as well. But likely, if I play it, I'm not gonna remember the moments that I saw.
No, the things that Brandon saw, that's something you can't forget. Brandon's not forgetting the Xenoblade 3 stuff, especially
I saw
since
somebody turn into a big lady.
a big
It's
lady.
a boss fight in Xenoblade 3. Some
Uh-huh.
lady got really big and turned into like a robot lady, and everybody was like, "Mommy, step on me!" in chat.
Yeah, people are crazy for big lady for
Big ladies? No. Big robot ladies?
big robot ladies. That wait, no, because Lady Dimitrescu, she's just a big lady. She's not.
That's true.
Yeah, she's not a robot lady.
I still love like heck G Fuel. I know they're crappy to creators, but I still love that the G Fuel cup that came out for Lady D was like twice the size of a normal one, and the tub of G Fuel was twice the size of a normal one.
Yeah.
She's tall. That was good.
I was gonna say I didn't cry at Oi at least, but I did cry at Oi.
You did.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
You
I think I
did.
teared up at the intro and then cried at the ending.
And then you never continue. Wait, you played Will the Wisp this year, but you didn't finish it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Your Game
Boy,
Pass
it
right
looks
now.
so cute.
Oh, you're so good. Let's see. Okay, Brandon got. That's right. Brittany, what's your number 5?
It's really hard because I played a lot of really good stuff. So I've got like 3 tied for 5, but I'll choose one at the end. But Portal 2, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Super Castlevania. I think if I were to choose which ones I enjoyed the most out of those 3, it's probably Portal 2. And I only played the co-op mode, but I think it's just got a really fun co-op mode. But again, it's really tough between those 3 to choose like a 5th place spot, especially since yeah, all 3 are really good games.
Portal 2 is great. Portal 2 is really good.
Super Castlevania is probably like one of my favorite Castlevanias. It's got really good the whip controls are very funny.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one with the flaccid whip.
The flaccid
where
whip.
It'll
Yeah.
just limp, and then you can swing it around at
Yeah.
your own like free will. It's great. The music's also really good.
Okay. Nice choices. I'm gonna go my number 5 to be Splatoon 3. I really like the story. The Splatfest have been fun. Team Spicy, by the way. Big Run was fantastic, and I can't wait for the next Big Run. Salmon Run is great as always, and then the multiplayer itself is really good. So
Big
3.
Man as well.
Big Man. Is Big Man in the back? No, Big Man is not in the back. That's a crime. Yeah, so Big Man being in it. Is Big Man in here? No, Big Man's not in there either. Because yeah, that was supposed to be a surprise. As the reversible cover art on this, I found that really cool. They have a story mode and Salmon Run.
Yeah, both that one and 2 have really good reversible cover arts.
Yeah. So yeah, Splatoon 3 is my number 5. And now, number 4. Russ, what's your number 4?
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Okay, cool. So you went from Hollow Knight, Ghostwire Tokyo, and that Ghostwire did come out this year, right? Yeah. We talked about it earlier. Yeah. It came out earlier.
March.
Yeah, March. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to look it up before this episode because I wasn't 100% sure if it came out this year or not.
Okay. Awesome. So, Ghostwire Tokyo, nice. Made it on the list. That's awesome. I heard mixed things on it, but I never heard anything bad about it. So, I am into a lot of Japanese folklore, so it is something I want to play. It is something I want
I
to
think
get
it's
to
supposed to come
eventually.
out.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably check it out sometime. Brandon, what you got? You're muted.
Number 4?
Yeah, number 4.
Undertale.
Undertale?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I only got like 3 more games after this anyways.
Okay. Alright, Undertale, you gonna ever end up doing Genocide Route?
No. Why would I?
Why?
It's so
Oh.
sad.
You need the full experience.
I don't.
You need to kill everyone that you love.
Yeah, my experience.
You need to kill everyone that you love.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. All
That
right.
run's
Why would I do
hard.
that?
I tried.
That
Yeah,
run's so hard.
it is. I love Genocide Run. It's so hard. It's so good though. The lore implications in it are also really, really good. All right, you got Undertale. Brittany, what's your number 4?
Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Ooh, nice. I love Sayonara Wild
I-
Hearts.
I didn't realize I played it this year, but I played it really early on in the year. I think right after I beat another game. But I played it on stream, immediately played it right after with Jeremy, and then we took a trip to go see friends, and we beat it with a group of friends, and then beat it with another group of friends. And then we got 12 people in a room to all pass the controller and play all the different games, and everybody was just like, oh, like this is so fun. Like every action you do goes with the beat of the music. All of it's very arcadey and like easy to give somebody a controller and they'll immediately just pick up what to do because everything is so arcadey. And the
Mhm.
music is really good. The story is good. The visuals are good. Just everything about it is just it's a great pick up and play experience. It's not long, which to me I love because there's a lot of replay value in it with trying to get all the style stuff, and it's just a fun game to share with other people. And I actually sent my copy to my best friend because I want him to play it. So
Awesome. Nice. I love Sayonara Wild Hearts. I know I played it. You play it. Russ?
Yep, I played it in one sitting and absolutely loved it.
And then Brandon has it.
No, I beat it.
You beat it?
You watched me beat it.
I couldn't remember because I know I tried to get you to play it for so long that you just like didn't
I
want to
bought
play
it.
it.
Didn't play it for like a year, and then I played it
Oh,
and
okay.
beat it in like 2 days.
Okay.
It was fun.
Yeah. All right. So that's a game we all tried. My number 4, I don't know if I know Brandon hasn't played it. I know Brandon, you haven't played it. I don't know Russ if you have played it. My number 4, I don't have it physically. I wish I had it physically. Is Omori. It came out this year on console. It came out last year on PC, but I played it on console. I played it on my Xbox, and I wish I had it physically for my Switch, but I don't. And that game is a gem. It is so good. Omori has so much passion behind it. Like that, I don't know what I expected going into it, but I ended up getting an incredible game. And I already had like fairly high expectations because people kept telling me that it was great, but I just didn't know. I wasn't 100% sure what it was gonna be, and it just ended up being my number 4. So I'm really, really happy with it. The characters, the music, the art, the story, the twist. You guys really, really need to play Omori. Brandon saw me play it. Brandon did watch it.
that's one of those ones that I'm waiting. I think I have it on my like want list for my local game store because he gets Switch games and traded in a lot. So I usually just wait for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
I do want to play that.
yeah, make sure to play it. It's great. Russ, did you play it?
No, it's been on my list to want to play for a while, but I never got around to it yet.
It's great. If it helps, it's on Game Pass. that's how I played it.
Ew.
If that helps, if that helps with anyone. Yeah, that's it for all of our number 4s, right? Yeah. So, Russ, what you got for 3? We're down to our top 3. Bayonetta 3 for number 3. Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really liked it. I had some issues with it. It felt kind of short to me, and I didn't love the story, but I still had a lot of fun with it. And I thought the combat was the best in the series.
Okay.
So I still had a ton of fun with it.
And I need to get around to Bayonetta 3. I don't have it yet. For some reason, I don't know what triggered it. You know what? It might have been Secret Santa. It might have been Secret Santa that triggered it, actually, because I think that's the day that I had the dream. I had a dream of fully beating Bayonetta 3 without knowing anything except the end. I know something about the end I'm not gonna talk about, but I had a dream that I played from beginning to end. And I'm being confused because the thing I got spoiled on didn't happen. And I remember my dream thinking, I was like, what wasn't blank supposed to blank? And then
I'm kind of impressed that in your dream you somehow created a whole alternative game
I
doesn't exist.
I created a whole game that doesn't exist, and I'm thinking
That's pretty impressive.
It is.
And I remember thinking that in my dream, and then I woke up and I was like, did I just dream about playing through all of Bayonetta 3? It was strange. It was one of
Now, how long did you sleep? How long was this game?
I slept for I think 6 hours.
How long is Bayonetta 3, Russ?
I think it's supposed to be 12.
Okay, so I thought of half of a story for
half of it. That's the DLC.
Call
Call it Platinum Games.
Okay, I will call them up. Platinum. If anyone's listening, I have a maybe for Bayonetta Origins too. So yeah, I remember waking up so confused, like, what just happened? So I need to play Bayonetta 3. I really want to play it. Brandon, what's your number 3?
Okay. Are we counting games that we played this year as like we played a majority of them this year? We started this year or we finished this year? That is like
as long as you played it, does I guess.
Okay.
Let's
number
say,
3 is
half-
Overwatch 2.
Okay, please Overwatch 2.
Yeah, it sucks, but I don't feel okay not putting it on the list.
Because of
Any
how much time you put into
I-
it.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in that. I put a unfortunate, sad amount of hours into that game.
I thought it was gonna be your number 1. I'm not gonna lie.
No, because it's not a better video game than a couple other things.
Okay, well, that's why it's our list.
Yeah, it's good, and I wouldn't put this much time into it if it wasn't good. But it's not like objectively, it's not very good. You
Okay.
kind of just play for nothing after a while.
Okay. No, hey, and that is sooner than I thought. Overwatch 1 is gonna be.
Overwatch 1 is number 1.
Overwatch 1 is way better.
It was still out this year, technically.
Yeah, we played it for a majority of this year. It's better. Overwatch is 5v5 is good. 5v5 is better than 6v6. I'll give it that, and it will be better once they figure out how to balance it properly. But
Yeah.
I think everything else. I miss the medals. I miss the end cards. I miss all the fanfare. I miss good endorsements and stuff.
Good endorsements.
Yeah, because you can
Yeah.
only endorse. They have an endorsement problem now because you can only endorse teammates. You can't endorse enemies for some reason. Which means that if you queue in a 5-stack or like a 4-stack,
Know what you get.
probably won't get any endorsements. You'll tank your endorsement rank, which doesn't matter, but you get bonus XP after a while. It's just it's a really weird system. I don't get it.
Yeah, it is.
I thought the like end card thing was weird. I was like playing it and I was like, did I miss it? And then like I played it again and it wasn't there. I was like, oh, I liked seeing all of the who got most damage and who got most elims and all stuff.
I do agree with you, Brandon. I do agree with you. I think it is because they wanted people to talk shit less.
Yeah, I think they're just showing people what they need because the reason why you play the game and then it's over. They don't show you your XP gain. Your XP gain is after post-match now. I think they wanted to remove toxicity, which doesn't work.
I was about to say, it doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Are still jerks.
Going back to like the medals, they removed medals because like gold medals, silver medals, and bronze medals because the people are being really toxic with them. They're like, oh, I have gold medals. It's not my fault. I'm not the reason we're losing. I have all the gold medals. And like, I get that, but they replaced it with numbers and then showed everyone's numbers to everyone, which kind of reverses everything you just did because now I can just see who the problem is.
Now,
Yeah.
now I can talk shit the entire game.
Yeah.
And worst of all, you can see the enemy team's numbers. So competitively, if you come out playing Kiriko versus Kiriko, you can compare your numbers to each other and know how much ult charge the other Kiriko has, which is fun. And it makes ult tracking easier. So it's just really weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it does not. It does not work. I was in a comp game last night, and there was someone crying about my deaths, even though he had more deaths than me. And it just, I was like, but he like, cause like he made it a point to like call out my death number, even though he had more. I was like, what's your point?
Go to
It's
bed.
funny though. Not in a bullying sense. It is funny when you're playing a game and you press tab and you're 8 minutes in, the other DPS has like 600 damage total. You're like, what have you been doing?
Yeah, it is. I do. I think they're gonna keep working on it, obviously, but I don't know how much of it is actually gonna end up changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
As long as I keep getting highest healing on Roadhog, that's all that matters.
yeah. Hog Doom. Hog Doom right now.
That's like the
Yeah.
worst part. If you because in Overwatch 1, if you had silver healing or God forbid gold healing on Roadhog, then you're like you didn't have a target. You just tell your team someone has explaining to do. But now you can see who you're beating and then
Yeah.
bully them. I don't get the toxicity thing.
Yeah. It's strange. But that's your number 3.
They just didn't feel like animating it. The
Yeah.
end.
We'll see when they decide. I do think they'll bring a lot of that fanfare stuff that you're talking about back, Brandon, but I just don't know when. So we'll see.
I think they're bringing 2CP back. I think 2CP is going to be like a season 3, 4, or 5 edition that they'll fireworks, confetti. Because they never gave it a chance on 5v5. It never made it into the beta. We don't know if 2CP really works on 5v5, and then they put it in arcade to test it, but it's not true 5v5 because you play like 4 tanks on arcade.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. What's 2CP?
It's Assault. So Hanamura, Volskaya, Anubis.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's those maps where you
Yeah.
have to take 1 point and then
Are
you gotta take a
those
second
aren't
point.
in the game?
No, because
Right now?
it was it was it was really bad for Overwatch League mostly, and they just took it out because it was just not working competitively. But they
Yeah,
didn't. But they
just
didn't try.
left it
They
in
didn't
for
try to
quick
fix it.
play.
They didn't try to fix it. They just took it out.
Yeah, it had a competitively had the problem of first point was too easy to take because in 6v6 when the first point attackers are 15 seconds out from first point and defenders are a minute and a half out from first point. So first point was way too easy to take, and second point you would literally have to completely wipe the defending team on second point and let them walk out at you 2 more times and beat them again on second point before you took it. So it was just the spawns were really bad, but it never actually got. They tested it internally on 5v5 on 5v5, but it never made it into the beta competitively or anything. It's
I was about
just
to
an
say,
arcade mode.
the 6v6 matches, when you watch the competitive guys play those maps, I always thought those were a lot of fun to watch. Because when they do get the team wipe and they do defend from the team that's spawning right there, you're like, what? Mind blowing.
Yeah. A lot of people just didn't find it. It was a lot of complaining. People didn't find it too fun because you would just have a wrecking ball and a Mei roll out and stall on point constantly, and it would literally be like a 3.5 minute fight to try to take second point after you've already won and full wiped them.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of happy those modes are gone.
Yeah. See, it was just like a big thing, like where like so many most people didn't want it. Like I know, I was also in the camp. I didn't want it. I didn't want it in comp. I was okay with it in quick play, but I did not want it competitively. And then now it's like a whole thing of like, is push better? Is push not better? Brands in the camp where it's not better. It's like a whole other ordeal that they'll probably fix by the time season 8 is out in 5 years. But
And then they'll be like, Overwatch 3!
yeah, we'll see one day, maybe. I don't know. Brittany, what's your number 3? Is it Overwatch 2?
Oh, what? No. That did not make my list. My third is it's a tough one. I'm gonna go with God of War Ragnarok. It's my third.
Ooh, okay. Is that because you haven't beat it yet?
It's partially because I haven't beat it yet, and also the first two. I'll get to that. But yeah, so things I like about God of War, obviously the story's really good. The combat is super, super fluid. The only reason why it's not like the number one spot is it's essentially 20. It's the same thing as 2018 for the most part. The combat is a little bit more polished. Obviously, graphically it looks nicer. There's different stuff happening with the story. But it's pretty similar to its predecessor. Not that that's like bad or anything.
Okay.
Overall solid good game experience, good
Uh,
narrative driven game.
Okay. Awesome. My number 3 is Sonic Frontiers. That's my number 3. I love this game to death, and we've already talked about it a lot. But most things about this, there's very little I have to complain about Sonic Frontiers as a Sonic game, and I'm really, really happy, and I'm really excited about the direction of the series. It was mostly, I think my biggest issue with it was the pop-in, which was never even, it was bad, but a lot of the time also went unnoticed because of everything else that I was doing in the game. But when when I noticed it, it was noticeable. It is very really noticeable. That pop-in is noticeable. It's like if anyone tells you that's not noticeable, they're lying. That pop-in is crazy. It's just flew by my head just because of like how fast I was going, everything I was doing. Although noticeable though, there was never. I've heard there's instances where people would say like the pop-in, like it didn't pop in until you were like on the platform. That never happened to me. I never had any issues with platforming in the game, but I assume everyone's experiences with it are different because of the hardware and stuff. But that's my number 3, and now we're on top 2. Russ, what's your number 2?
Sonic Frontiers is my number 2.
Okay.
Yep, I pretty much don't have anything else to add from what you just said either. I just really liked it.
Awesome. Okay. Bran, what's your number 2? I'm really curious about these.
Splatoon 3.
Oh, okay.
I'll get Splatoon 3.
Splatoon
I don't know.
3.
I adore that story mode. I
Yeah.
really do. That it was really, really fun and it was really enjoyable. Except for the one where I had like you have the ink thing chasing you, the spinner thing, and you had to break boxes
Yeah.
along a path. That wasn't cool. I didn't like that.
Yeah, that one was rough. I ended up. Did you do it with a brush or with a roller?
I did it with the brush. I tried the roller because I told myself whatever they give me the most eggs on, I'm just gonna do that. Um, and it did not. You came into my chat and said use the brush. I'm like, okay, I'll use the
It,
brush.
yeah, it was just it's just easier. I ended up doing it with the roller, but it's just that one is rough.
That and the box throwing one, that where they throw the boxes at you and you have to get them before they get thrown behind you.
Oh, I didn't have
Um,
too much issue with that one, but that yeah, I can see why
I
that
did.
one. I hated
Yeah.
I hated your favorite one, the one that you had to break the boxes and like replicate the other model.
I love that you had to replicate the little whale. It was so adorable. I loved it.
It is
It's my
adorable.
favorite.
It is adorable, but I hate it. It's so annoying.
I had so much fun. You could give me a game of just that, and I would have a good time.
You would, yeah, I know. I hated it, but uh, that's part of it. Are you gonna get the DLC when it comes out?
Maybe.
It's gonna be more
Maybe
story.
I'll try to. I'll try to, but we'll see.
Okay,
We'll see.
yeah.
It may come to the Nintendo
Yeah,
Less subscription.
yeah. It might goes to the expansion pack, which if it does,
Hopefully.
we're in the family plan. So
Yeah.
we're in the family
I
plan.
wish
So
PlayStation had a family plan.
yeah, they're never doing that. That's too much for them.
Ah,
There are rumors of a Game Pass
it's so
family
much.
plan.
It's like $20 a month. Dude,
Yeah.
I don't play enough video games to warrant $20 a month. With Nintendo, I'm on a family plan, so I'm only paying $10 for me and $10 for Jeremy.
Yeah.
The person who actually is the holder of it is in Poland.
Oh.
So
Okay.
it works cross region as well.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
I was surprised too. Like she's like, "Oh, do you want to sign up?" And I was like, "Will it work?" And she's like, "Yeah, we've got somebody in Ireland, we have somebody in Japan, we have." And I'm like, "This is the weirdest
What?
family ever." Sure.
Yeah, okay. Nice. All right, awesome. And Brandon, what's your number 2?
Hades, which is
Ooh.
kind of funny because I only recently started it, but I don't I'm not a person who typically gets like super absorbed into games. Like there's not games that like I like, for example, if I stream a game and I'm done with it, I'm usually like, okay, that was a good like 3 to 4 hour gaming session. I'm done, and then I have like way too much other stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's because like I was started Hades during finals and I also started it off stream, but like I've played it almost daily since I started it.
Oh.
And I'll be honest, I'm playing on God mode, so I'm not even getting like the full experience. God mode, for those who don't know, it every time so you when you turn it on, you get 20% less damage taken, and then each death you get 2% less damage taken.
Okay.
So it's meant for people who want to play a roguelike but also experience the story. And the story is really good. And there's so much voice acting and really good voice acting and really good art. And I already loved this studio. One of my favorite games of all time is Bastion. I've played it twice. And so like it's like a polished version of that game's combat, and the weapons and characters are also fun, and like experimenting with the different boons and different there's just so many different power-ups and stuff that you pick up in the game. It's just a lot of fun experimenting and trying different combos. And yeah, the art, music, everything that Supergiant puts out, in my opinion, is just like it's gorgeous. Just hit after hit.
Yeah. And Hades 2 early access next year. Don't know if it'll release next year, but early access. Which,
Probably.
Did,
I think Hades, the original Hades just came out in like 2018, and then the like non-early access version came out in 2020.
yep. Yep,
yeah,
you're right.
Tachi, did you ever fully finish Hades?
Like beat it 10 times?
Yeah.
No, I think I beat it 7 times.
Spoil it.
Why is it
Yeah,
spoilers? You have to beat it 10 times to roll credits, right?
I was about to say, don't
Yeah, it's a
spoil.
roll
I haven't rolled credits once yet, or I haven't beaten it once yet. So
Okay.
I think the
Hey.
farthest I've gotten, I got to the Minotaur, and then I got slightly after him and died.
Okay. I've beaten it like 7 times.
They make every finish really special. Like every time
Yeah.
you beat it, it's like even though you have to beat it 10 times for credits, like it's not just like the first one matters and then the 10th one matters. They really make it special.
Mm-hmm.
And even then I put a bunch of hours in that game. I never cleared it with the bow. Not once. I only ever cleared it with the shield, sword, and a different weapon.
The
Wait,
farthest I've gotten is the shield and the stupid gun, the like rocket launcher, quick firing
Yeah.
gun.
I think
That one's ridiculous.
that's the only one I haven't beaten it with. I beat it with the bow. That gun is the only one I haven't beaten it with.
Yeah, I just did shield, sword, and gauntlets. That's all I did. Mostly because it's the easiest to like. Because like my entire strategy is just to spam buttons, and people.
I was like, the
'cause if
gauntlets are
you,
good for that. Those are fun.
yeah, if you dash and just keep trying to get behind people, then it like works really well, and you can get a lot of like Athena upgrades that Athena and Hermes upgrades that help you dodge and then just not take damage. That are like really good. And the bow really like you have to play really slow and like pick your shots, and it's just not for me. I can't. I
The
tried last night.
With the gun, if you just upgrade your like grenade launcher to do as much AoE damage and as much like drunk damage as possible, like basically enemies will just take them. Like I've used that paired with my divine dash, and so basically the projectiles will just go hit them, and then in addition to that, it's just like a ton of AoE damage. So it's like a slow,
Yeah,
kind of a slow burn, but it works.
I I think it's 2 nights ago, I tried out the shield, and you could get an upgrade to allow you a bull rush, where you just hold your shield out and charge it to
Mhm.
have like the bow has a crit shot, and then you can get another upgrade to make that stronger because it's already like plus 200%. And you can make it easier to hit, and then you can get Artemis to have a 15% chance to crit, and you end up doing 800 damage on crit with it, and it's insane. You just end up one tapping everything, and you block stuff with shield. It's very slow though.
I think though
Um,
the shield with when you throw it, if you pair it with the Zeus power up, where it lightning strikes everything around it, you could just like stand back and just throw the shield and it just annihilates, especially all the low health enemies in like one hit.
Yeah.
we have podcasts where we just talk about
It's
Hades.
just like just the
So
whole.
good.
Okay, yeah, Hades is really good. That's part of why I love talking about these at the end of each year. Just like hearing everyone's thoughts on it, especially when I love the game too, and I'm really excited for Hades too. So, my number 2 is Ragnarok. I love this game, and I'm gonna leave it at that because anything more and I'll be spoiling. So I'm done there.
Your best Kratos impression.
No, no, absolutely not. There's this guy that I saw on TikTok. He does such a good impression. He did the quote where it's like, depends on the weapon and the man, and I was like, that's a good one. That's a good quote. He did it perfectly. I could not. I can't get my voice that deep. I can get my voice deep, but not Kratos deep. Russ, what's your game of the year?
Mine is Kirby.
Hey,
I absolutely love that game. Everything about it. I don't think I have a negative thing I could say about it. Honestly, I just
I don't-
absolutely loved it.
I don't know. Looking at you right now, I don't think you like Kirby.
No.
Yeah, you're repping it right now. I probably should have put my shirt up when Brown was talking about Undertale. I think is it reflected? No, yes. Oh no, it is there. I can't.
Not to us.
Not to you guys?
It's
Okay.
normal.
Is
I was
that-
like
yeah,
to the
it's normal.
podcast.
Okay.
I know.
So
I was
to the-
thinking
so-
that. I was
so-
looking. I was like, "Is this logo backwards?" And
so-
I was like,
so-
"Oh no, it's just the."
So to the podcast, it'll be like on my actual shirt. It is backwards. It is actually backwards, but on stream it should look fine. Thank you, Marissa. This is my Christmas present. This is my
Aw.
Christmas present that Marissa made me.
Is there something on the
Oh,
sleeve?
yeah, it's a determination star from the
Nice.
save.
I love sleeve. Mine says PlayStation.com.
Oh, nice.
This was
Yeah.
an employee shirt. I bought it off Marketplace.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah. I think one of my friends, she works at PlayStation up north. She's here.
It's probably.
She's here, but
Mateo
she's here, but she works online. She works remote,
remote.
and she bought me these coasters that are like you can only get at like the employee store,
Uh-huh.
and they're all PlayStation coasters. So
Cute. I saw. Have you seen? They have PS1 coasters that are shaped like jewel cases.
yeah, I have.
I wonder if they crack like jewel cases too. It was like put the cup on there.
But
Ah.
yeah. All right, awesome Kirby. I forgot that's just really good. So that's an excellent choice. Brandon, what's your number 1?
Technically, I was playing it this year for a little bit of time,
Okay.
but Xenoblade 2,
Oh.
I technically played that this year. I'll do Xenoblade 2. How many days did I play it this year? Like 12. I beat it like January 12th. You know,
Okay.
it counts.
Yeah.
Wait, when did I finish that game? Hold on. I can check.
Oh, you're gonna find it's gonna be December something. Last year.
No, I checked beforehand.
Okay.
I made sure because
You
that's
did
how I
check.
checked how many games I played this year. Is I looked at what I streamed.
Okay.
I know. I like. Did you look it up on Twitch Tracker? Because I did the same.
No, I have collections. I put them all in collections and I date them
Oh, gotcha.
when I start and finish them.
I go to Twitch Tracker and I sort by most recently played and just look up everything for that year.
Yeah, Xenoblade 2, like 70 something parts or 70 something streams, June 6th, 2021 to January 13th, 2022.
Okay. Oh, you did? You did finish it this year.
Yeah,
So Xenoblade 2? Okay.
yeah. All 78 streams of it.
You'll get to 3 eventually. But you're not going to stream 3, are you?
Probably not. Xenoblade 1 took me like 54 streams, and Xenoblade 2 took me 78 across 7 months.
Yeah.
No, never again.
Never again?
I'll just play it on my own time.
Okay.
It's like,
Alright.
I'll stream Persona game again.
Why? That's probably going to take you
Actually,
longer.
Stream the first or second
Yeah.
one. Those ones are short.
Yeah. One.
I need to play the third one still. I've never played the third one.
Oh, well.
I'm desperate to get Persona 4 Golden on my Switch because I want to replay it. I'm like, if it's on Switch, I have an excuse to, and I could just sit in bed all day and play it.
I think
comfy.
it's $15.
It's 20. I checked
20?
pre-orders.
Oh, okay.
You can't pre-order it, but it has price up on the eShop.
Oh, okay.
Are they?
Yeah.
Did they announce if they're doing a physical on 3 and 4 on Switch?
No. No announcement of
Totally.
that.
I'll
I
totally
will
pick
buy
up
it
physical.
twice.
You'll buy it twice?
Absolutely.
Alright.
I almost bought the Persona 5 Royal like the Persona 5 Royal Collector's Edition on Amazon secondhand for like $350 one time. I had to
Jesus.
talk myself out of it.
Well, I'm glad you talked yourself out of it. It's not worth that much, Brand.
I was like, if you want to pay that much, I got one.
There you go, yeah.
I
wanted
got
the
one right
mask.
there.
It's so cool.
It is.
I think I bought mine a little bit after launch. It retailed for $100?
Uh-huh.
I paid 110 because somebody bought 2 local to me, and I was like, oh, give me that.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's good. Oh yeah, you got it really just above. Actually, no, you probably would have paid. No, yeah, it was just slightly above. Just slightly above
If
MSRP.
you-
I was trying to calculate tax, but it probably would have just been 107 or something.
I was just so surprised somebody got their hands on 2 because I remember the Royal Collector's Edition selling out pretty fast.
Yeah, it did. It sold pretty fast.
If you want one of the biggest like contrasts in one person voicing 2 different characters, Mishima from Persona 5 is Diluc also in Genshin.
He's
If anyone
also
plays both those.
Taka in Danganronpa. He's Rivali in Breath of the Wild.
It's a whole
He
thing.
voices a lot of people. Voices a lot of people. Alright. That's your number 1. Brittany, what's your game of the year?
Outer Wilds. Has to
Outer
be.
Wilds. Okay, so you played
I-
Outer Wilds this year?
I did. I beat it, and so I played it on stream, and I almost regret it because I did have to look up a walkthrough to get through it. But this game, I played a lot of I would say I've played a lot of pretty unique stuff, or at least watch other people play unique stuff. But this is like so out there. Like I know this, it gets thrown around all the time, but it's kind of like Breath of the Wild in the regards that you discover the story and you can go in any direction you kind of want. There's plenty of collectibles and plenty of stuff to do in it, but you explore and how do I talk about it without spoiling it? You're an alien in space, and the Outer Wilds is like the space program, and you're tasked with being an astronaut. And so you're going to find out what happened to these other astronauts that were part of this Outer Wilds expedition crew. And you explore different planets, and all of the planets have vastly different. You can't even call all of them necessarily biomes, but the fact that it's like an indie studio that made it, and the way it uses physics and flight and just every aspect of it was so carefully crafted. You can tell they hired actual physicians and stuff to come and work on the game, and physics people. I think the person has a PhD just to see how accurate they could possibly get it. And the way it works is insane to me, but each planet There's a documentary. There's a really good documentary by NoClip on YouTube. Just highly recommend watching it for Outer Wilds, because not only is the game when you first experience it super impressive, but then you find out all the development that went into it in order to make it, and it's just like it's really just like unlike anything else you'll probably ever play.
Yeah.
Like go ahead.
No. Finish your thought.
Yeah, and then the DLC comes around, and it's not even more of the same. It's like its own thing. It's more, so this is like very open world galaxy. The DLC comes, and it's linear, and it's scary, and it still fits. Like, it just feels like Outer Wilds. It feels so consistent, even though it's such a weird genre hop.
Mhm.
And yeah, but if you like games that are, and not like, this is the kind of game that I would not like normally. Like, I don't like subtle storytelling. I don't like exploration based lore. I don't like having to solve puzzles, but everything in this game was so lovingly crafted and so creative that, like, you'll get frustrated because you won't solve something, but when that moment hits that you have solved it, you are like, how on earth did a developer like sit there and come out with this concept that a player would eventually be able to figure out? Because you're totally able to figure it out without a walkthrough if you read and if you explore enough, because every like piece of exploration gives you more story but also more context for what you're eventually supposed to do, and the entire game can be beaten, I think, in under technically 15 minutes, and in a way it's almost like a roguelike, and that's like as much as I'll elaborate on Outer Wilds, but very, very much worth a play. Like, this game deserves so much more love than it gets. It released right next to when Outer Worlds came out, and that title killed it. Like,
Yeah.
killed anything, all the love for Outer Wilds that it could have gotten, because the names were so similar. But this game, like, it's so good. It's just completely unlike anything you'll play.
I'm gonna check it out eventually. It's been on my list of interest. It's interesting, but I've never like fully dived into it, so
It's really cool. It takes, again, it takes some like getting used to, because it's so out there and unique, like in terms of how to play it and how to kind of go about solving the puzzles and stuff. But like, once you get into it, you're like, again, your mind will just be like blown.
okay. Awesome. Russ, did you play Outer Wilds? Can't
No,
remember.
I didn't. And I was just looking at PlayStation. It's actually included in one of the PlayStation subscriptions. I don't know which one it is since I have the premium,
It
but
is
I'm
on.
going to download it.
It may be on Game Pass as well.
Oh, if it's on Game Pass,
It ac-
if it's on Game
Game
Pass, I can
Pass
check it out.
actually saved it. Like, one thing that I do like about Game Pass is, in terms of this game, like, if there was no Game Pass, Outer Wilds probably would have, like, the studio probably would have gone under. But because it was bundled with Game Pass, it got a lot more exposure when it went to Game Pass, and a lot of people got their chance to play it, and then the DLC was made.
Okay. It is in Game Pass from what I'm seeing.
There's also a
Yep,
planned
that is in Game
Switch
Pass.
port, but I honestly don't think it's possible for the Switch to run it.
We'll see.
Like, in terms of the technicality of it, it would be really interesting. That'll, I think, be the most impressive port, like even more so than like Alien Isolation or The Witcher. I think if Outer Wilds, they can get it to run on the Switch, because it already I think has crashed like the PS4 and Xbox before trying to run it.
Mm-hmm.
So getting it to run on the Switch would be really interesting.
All right. Well, I'm gonna check it out eventually, especially since it's on Game Pass. It is something I do want to check and see. All right, and then my game of the year, to no one's surprise, is gonna be Xenoblade 3. I love this game to death. It's a game of the year. It's one of my one of my favorite games of all time now. Story is perfect, characters are perfect, music is great, and similar to like the development, like where you mentioned, like with the physics, like the music in this game, the team had to create their own flute because they couldn't find a flute that would make the sound that they wanted out of the game. So they had to make their own flute to create a unique sounding soundtrack, and it's the flute. They made replicas of the flutes of the two main characters of Noah and Mio, and it's just fantastic. And be a lot longer for you, Brittany, because you didn't do Xenoblade 1 or 2, but I highly recommend going through the Xenoblade journey. There's going to be a big expansion next year that I'm really excited for. And Russ, I don't know how familiar you are with Xenoblade 1 through 3.
Not at all. It's
No.
another series that I really want to get into, but it's daunting to me just
It
because
is.
of how long they are.
It is. It is really, really daunting. But now all three main ones are on the Switch. We're missing X, but I don't think we're gonna get X on the Switch. I think X will probably be it's either gonna
Could
stay
be
on
a Switch 2 launch title.
Yeah, it'll either be on the Switch 2 or it'll stay on the Wii U. I don't think X is coming to the Switch, but X is also pretty good. I never fully beat it though. And that's it for the Mini Channel Awards. We got through all 10 categories and our top 5 games of the year. And I love doing this each year. I look forward to it, especially because I love just talking about all these games and celebrating it and hearing everyone's thoughts. Like Brady, you talking about Outer Wilds and talking about Hades, and all of our conversations, hearing about Ghostwire from you, Russ. That was awesome, especially because that's a game that I didn't forget about, but I did dismiss it because I haven't heard much about it, but hearing like just talking about it is just really, really cool. So thank you guys. I really, really appreciate it. And this was the final podcast episode of the year. Don't know if we're gonna be coming. When are we coming out dates? I think we'll probably have one in 2 weeks to kick off first podcast of next year, January 6th. But we'll see. I'll keep everyone updated on that. But for now, this is the last episode of the year, episode 48. The Midnight Channel Awards for 2022. I'm going to go ahead and let everyone do their outros and then end off. So, Russ, where can everyone find you at?
They can find me at Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at CryoWeasel. I post mostly about video games, but my Instagram lately has been like Legos, models, stuff like that.
Awesome. And Brandon, where can everyone find you at?
It's oh wow, okay, just voice cracked immediately. Don't fucking find me anymore.
You don't know? You're out.
Yeah, your local 14-year-old streamer here. Twitch.tv/TheSaberTruby. I do Overwatch, just Overwatch. Someone help me.
You need to be pulled out of that hole.
Just take my computer.
Just take it? No, but then how are you gonna edit?
That's the worry.
Yeah, how are you gonna edit?
I'm stuck in a cycle of Overwatch.
Yeah, how are you gonna edit?
Editing.
Exactly.
You have the rest of the edit, it's fine.
Bro, I have both of you to edit. And then how are you gonna work on more Sunshine stuff?
Also, you still run the risk even if you get rid of your computer. What if you get into a worse version of Overwatch, like you buy it on Switch?
Oh god. Yeah, see? Yeah, see?
And use
that
pill
game hold
controls.
Did the Switch one hold 30 FPS still? It was only 30 for Overwatch 1. Is it still 30?
It is 30.
Sometimes.
It is 30.
Runs at a crispy 10 now.
Crispy 10.
I think consistent 10.
I think you're thinking of Pokemon.
I don't know. I
Especially
just
in the
play
water.
Overwatch. It's all true.
The void.
Alright. Yeah. So find Brandon the Santa Chubi. Brittany, where can everyone find you at?
My house. No. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah.
Awesome.
You can find me.
Okay. Squirrel Wolf on everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And then, as always, you can find me here. No stream tomorrow, Christmas Eve. You can stream on Sunday? Yeah. Stream on Sunday. I'm getting something new for the stream that I'm keeping a secret. I don't think anyone knows about it. But yeah, and then tidbit on chat on tomorrow. And other than that, we'll see you in 2 weeks to a month. I'll keep everyone updated. Soon as 2 weeks in the new year for the next Midnight Channel episode. You will see my secrets on Sunday. You'll see the secrets on Sunday. Please don't go to Brittany's house. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you guys. Bye.